everyone, it's Shayna. I'm here with a really quick weekly plan with me. I'm like filming this. It is currently 12:43 on Saturday. My videos always go out at 2. So I am I'm filming this right down to the wire. I wasn't even honestly gonna film it, but I decided at the last minute to actually film it still. Okay, so my weeklies haven't changed. They haven't changed pretty much at all. Yeah. I'm really enjoying the setup that I have right now, so I'm really just not changing anything about it. Yeah. So I'm just gonna really quickly run through, I guess, what I do, have a little chat, whatever. And hopefully still get this out on time. Not that it's a huge thing if it's a little late, but I don't know, I like to try and be on time with things when I can. I'm late all the time for stuff, so that's just kind of the nature of how I was raised. I'm working on it, but yeah, the nature of how I was raised is that we're literally late for everything. Because hashtag Filipino life. Yeah. So, anyway, I'm just comparing to last week. I think I've mentioned this before, but if you haven't seen my videos before, this is a Stalogy, a basic Stalogy, and there's numbers on the side here that are very, very faint. Like, I completely forget that they're there all the time, but I'm able to use that to figure out where I need my lines. Like, this goes on the 9, and this goes on the 11, and the 13, because they're meant for times and stuff, so that's really helpful. This is essentially a Hobonichi type layout. I just kind of split it up a little bit. And then 1, 2, 3. Straight lines are not a thing I care about, so sorry if you do. If you're new to my channel, this is the norm. We don't have very high standards here. What color should I do this time? I'm gonna be doing this, like, I don't know what color that even is. It's like a muted purplish. But I'm gonna be doing that for my date covers. This is from Peachy Plans. I do have a discount code in the description for them. For her shop, oh my goodness, I can't talk. But so I don't really feel like orange would work with that. Don't really like the thought of brown either. This Mon Ami Ascenti olive green highlighter I used last time would look nice, but I don't really want to do that again. What color should I do? I want to keep to kind of a fall theme, so maybe I do yellow. I mean, yellow and purple kind of go to, they're what? I forget what the technical term for that is, but they go together, so I guess we'll go with yellow. Or the gold, is that what this one is? Gold mild liner? I forget what the names all are, I just know what the colors are. There is a, like, fluorescent yellow. I don't use that one very much. The whole point of mild liners is that they're mild and not fluorescent, so I don't tend to use the fluorescent ones, even though I have them. So I have a bunch of washi here in this felt pencil case. It's all like fall washi and foxes and stuff that I've kind of been using throughout my weeks. I think what did I use last time? I don't want to use the same one I used last time. That was a really big thud I just heard upstairs. That one could work. I heard a thud and I heard some crying, but I don't hear any panic, so I'm just gonna keep doing my thing. I'm gonna use this one. This one's pretty cute. This is from Michael's. It has foxes and other woodland creatures on it. Oh no! I've been doing a fox theme this month. Can I get this to be at the same place, please? Thank you. Oh, gosh, I hate Michael's washi sometimes. You know what? Let's go with it. Okay. That's just not, you know, sometimes people rip their paper or their washi to make it kind of look intentionally that way, and this just doesn't look off enough to be intentional. It looks like I made a mistake. So I guess I'm gonna put this down, I guess, to kind of finish it off. I mean, you'll be able to see the cut there, but whatever. There we go. It is what it is. Ooh, that is darker than I was kind of hoping it would be, but that's okay. What should I put up top? I think I'm going to do... What did I do last time? I'm referencing my last one a lot. Oh, I used a header. Do I have any headers? This is literally... Okay, I'm probably not going to talk a whole lot in this one. I'm literally just going to do what I normally do when I plan. It's just that I don't always say this stuff out loud. Sometimes I do, though. Sometimes I do. So maybe because this is kind of like a muted purple, maybe I'll go with this dark purple glitter header here. I'm just trying to get rid of a lot of these random stickers I have and not just like toss them, but actually use them. I don't even know if I have another This Week sticker. That was a script sticker from Peachy Plans, and I don't honestly know if I have another one. Let's see if I do. Maybe over here. Oh, I have a ton. It's the today and to-dos I don't have a whole lot of left. Okay, so I'm going to use a Peachy Plans This Week sticker right on up here. So there's that, and then I think I'm going to do what I did last time and have like a washi up here. It just kind of looks weirdly uneven without it. But since this one is so like dark down there, I think I'm going to use this Michael's acorn washi. This all came in like a tub together with other ones that are in here. This is just kind of, it's kind of cute. It's just a bit of a design, but it's not too much of a design. I should just keep this out. So I'm probably going to be using washi somewhere, so there. There's that. And then what I go through and do is I just knocked over a whole bunch of stuff. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Not a whole lot fell out, so it's okay. But yeah, whenever I do cleanup, ideally, or not ideally, hopefully, when I clean up my office here, I will be able to do like a before and after. It is a mess. Like you can't see it on camera, but I am literally, my table right here is completely surrounded by crap I moved off of my main desk. This is kind of my YouTube table. Yeah, it's a hot mess. Yeah. My whole office is a bit of a hot mess, so. Which is probably not super helping with my mental state. I'm leaving off on 12. I don't thrive very well in clutter. Not very many people do, I guess, so I mean that makes sense, but yeah. So I really need to just get up the energy to clean this crap up, but little bits at a time. So then what I do here, and I'll show you what I did last week. What I do here is, so I have my dates. This again is like a Hobonichi, so I just do horizontal because I really don't do things very often. So I don't need a whole lot of space. Typically I don't like horizontal layouts because I don't feel like you have enough space to write things. So I do a horizontal here because I don't have a whole lot going on. This is just our meals, what we're doing for our meals, for dinners mostly. I don't really care about the rest of them for the most part. But this is kind of, we plan our dinners a little more, so kind of like free-for-all, and then just shorthand for a couple things, but or in abbreviations. And then I do the weather, and I actually use AccuWeather to get the weather, so that's what these symbols are from, is the actual AccuWeather symbols. And then I put the high for the day. And that's for, normally I don't track the weather, but that is actually so that I can plan when we do certain things for our homeschool stuff. So if we're going to be doing something that's outside, I'm not going to go outside on a really hot day, or I'm not going to go outside on a rainy day or whatever, you know what I mean? I mean, we might, but if I can ideally get a day that's not going to cause a problem doing certain things, then I'll pick that day. So anyway, I'm not the hugest fan of this, but it'll be alright when it gets filled in, I guess. I don't know. The yellow is still a little too bright for me, but I probably could have picked a Tombow that would have worked better there, but that's fine. So I'm going to go through, look at my monthly here, and go through and write in the stuff that I need. So my husband has D&D on Mondays and Wednesdays. That's kind of his time to do what he wants to do. Yeah. So he has the D&D, and I just write that because often I forget, and those end up, Monday and Wednesday are the days that I work, so I always end up forgetting by the end of the workday. So then he goes, like, his Monday night game starts at 9 o'clock, so that's fine, because then we can kind of hang out as a family before then. But his his Wednesday one starts at 6 o'clock, so that's like way before bedtime. So I always forget on Wednesdays for some reason. But anyway, I actually don't normally write. I don't normally write work stuff in, but I have a lot of meetings coming up soon, so I'm just going to write in my meetings that I have this week, which aren't very many apparently, but it's just to kind of help me keep track of everything that's going on. And then I have therapy on Tuesday. Unfortunately, both my husband and I have been doing telehealth sessions, and our insurance is no longer covering telehealth sessions, so we both have to go back in to a in-person session this week. So that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Would be my doorbell. Something just got delivered. Okay, and not that this matters, but just gonna write that we have no daycare. He doesn't go to daycare anymore on Tuesdays. Gosh darn it. Thursdays or Fridays, so it doesn't really matter, but just in case, I like to write it in there in case something happens where I'm like, oh, we should send him to daycare. No, because daycare's closed. So there we go. And then I'll do the AccuWeather stuff later. Okay, so then this is, and I'm not going to set this whole thing up. I'm going to set this up later because it is a little more involved than I'd like to do right now, but we're doing Blossom and Root Early Year Volume 1 for a curriculum, a preschool curriculum. He's actually younger than preschool, but age-wise, but mentally he's a preschooler essentially. So we've been doing the curriculum, so I just go through, instead of scheduling stuff out, I just write out like, here's what we do for art this week and music, and I have everything color coded by Mildliner and by my Pilot High-Tech C Coletto multi-pens. So I just keep everything that way, and then throughout the week I will write in like what we did in the color code. So that's gonna be set up later because I don't want to set that up right now, to be completely honest. So anyway, the next thing is setting up my actual days, which there's not a whole lot of setup involved really, but I still like to set the whole week up at one time. When I go on to 2021, I don't honestly know if I'm going to do this anymore. Pre-set up the week. I haven't decided if I'm going to pre-set up the week like I have been so that I can write stuff in on days that I need it, or if I am going to not pre-set up the week, just go with the flow, write stuff in as needed, like if I need a random list or something. Oh yeah, if I'm going to keep the weeks together, I'm going to do random lists and stuff at the end, so I still have room for random lists, or if my kid wants to color in my planner or whatever, just random stuff. I don't want it to be super structured. I haven't decided if I'm going to do that in between days or if I'm going to do that at the end of the week. Most likely, knowing me, I'm going to end up doing the whole week and then just having however many days at the end of my weekly spreads, and that'll be like random writing stuff that or anything I randomly need, like birthday lists or trip lists or whatever. Because right now I can't really add any extra pages. I am pretty much like this note section, the page that this note section right before it is like my last day of December that I need. So I am really butting up to the wire on this one. So I don't really have the extra room to write random lists and stuff. So anyway, I'm going to keep doing my schedule on down. I don't really need to do this on Mondays and Wednesdays, but I do it anyway just to keep things consistent. I still don't really like this yellow. But you know what? Once it gets filled in, it doesn't usually look as bad as I think it will. And besides that, it also, once I get past this week, I can just not use this yellow again. I'm not really too pressed about it. If I don't like a week, I'll just muddle through and deal with it the next week and just not do that the next week. So there are some weeks where I don't really enjoy it as much as others, and that's fine. So anyway, I go through and I number on down. I skip a number, skip a grid. So this is like this whole line right here by the 6 would be 6 to 6:30. This line in between would be 6:30 to 7, and then 7 starts at the next line. So it works for me. And then I just give myself a little line here to separate my schedule from my to-dos and other things. So I just write on down with to-dos. Write on down with to-dos, however many I need. If I fill up the whole page, I fill up the whole page. If I don't, then I have room for journaling, or I have room for, this was last week, I think. I have room for random music quotes or like lists and stuff. So that really works for me. What else do I have here? I've been adding washi up top. I don't know if I'm going to do that right now or if I may do that later. I am, however, going to really quick, I really need to get some more of these. These are Peachy Plans headers. They're to-do headers. I have 2 clean, and I think I also have 2 buy, but these to-do headers are the ones I absolutely use the most. So I think I'm going to use these 3, and then, I don't know, I guess I'll use these 4. Sure. It doesn't really go with the color scheme, but I can make it work. So go on to Monday. The nice thing about this is the hardest part for me now is just figuring out like what colors and stuff. Otherwise, it's really not that difficult anymore for me to set this up. How many do I leave here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just draw that line on down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And it gets easier because now I have that line from before I can go from on the Monday page. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Week is going to be a bit of a mess. Look at all these squiggly lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I wasn't gonna do this, but then I realized I kind of need it to figure out where I need to put my to-do headers. So yeah, that's the only reason I'm doing this right now. So then I put my to-do header right here. Something's exciting up there. Okay. I just heard a thud, but I didn't hear any screaming, so. Alright. Bring this down a little bit so you can actually see what I'm doing. Let's see. And then Sunday. So then when I actually fill this in, I leave this first grid here. I wonder if I can zoom in enough for you to see the grid. I leave this first grid here for the check boxes. So when I complete items, I leave that here. So right next to it. And then, so then I start writing my stuff on the second box. And that gives me that room for that checkbox. And I don't need any, like highlights or anything. I can just, not highlights, like dots or anything. I just use this. It's really nice because then I don't have to have anything. Like I was using these dot pens and they are really nice looks wise, but I had to skip a line because the dot was so big, because of how I did it. But it just took up too much space and it just kind of looked a little messy. So I like this. I mean, not that this doesn't look messy on its own, but you know what I mean. I like them. I do alternate with them sometimes, and I probably will continue to alternate with them because they're nice. It's a nice kind of switch up. Is there anything else I need to do? No, I don't think so, because the rest of it I kind of do on the daily. I add the washi that I feel like adding that day. I'm not going to fill in this page yet. These pages are basically done. Coffee a little bit here. Okay, so then I'm going to, I used a vellum last week. This was a digital that I got. So now I have this digital. I kind of put them in a specific order for the weeks in October. So this is actually a digital, and then this watercolored fox is another digital. So I'm just gonna slide that in there and find my tape. That was easy. Okay, I'm just using nothing special Scotch tape. Okay. I might just not do the whole thing this time because it doesn't really need it the whole way through. Woo! Oops. Okay. I know there's a ton of ways that people do this, but this may not be the easiest, but it's the least amount of tools required. That's what I care about. Okay, there we go. So that was super easy. It's in there. It doesn't match this washi at all, but whatever. It's still gonna look nice. So there we go. There's the vellum in there. And then, oops, the last thing. What color? I'll use this purple, I guess. This Tombow. What is this? 679. Whoa, that's kind of cool. I wonder if I can show that on here. Will that show up? It is kind of showing up. I know a lot of people don't like this, but oh, it's not gonna, oh, there we go. You can actually see the gray words a little better now that I did that. That's funny. Oh my god, really though? Oh, that must be my husband getting the stuff. Okay. So once that dries, I always leave a page in here for some extra journaling. And I may even add some washi down at the end, at the bottom here. What washi do I want to use at the bottom? Maybe I'll use this one. I don't know. I can just use this orange. I kind of wish I had an orange mild liner that isn't, what Well, I do have an orange, I guess. I have this orange one, but I thought, I don't know, the orange one probably would have looked better here. Anyway, I'm just going to put this down at the bottom. There. Like I said, this is legitimately how I plan. I am just honestly saying the things out loud that I typically say in my head. So, oh, that is not showing up at all, is it? That's a fine. That's fine. That's a fine. Is that really what I just said? That's fine. I know what it says, and that's what matters. There. It says notes and shit. That's what I call my little journaling section here. And then my final piece is this thing. This spread. And I've been doing it, I did it this week a whole lot simpler. And I'm probably going to continue to do that. So I'm going to just go ahead and continue to use my yellow because I've already used it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So on the 6th one. 6th one. Do I go all the way down? I do. And then 5 in between. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the 6th one. That is bright. The only bummer about this is I'm trying to use colors that I don't actually use on as my color codes, and I totally just did. So I probably should have used the orange one on this one because I'm not using an orange. That kind of sucks. Well. Okay. It is what it is. It'll be fine. So then I do the same numbering system on down. I leave space here to kind of color in the things that I need. This is 12, right? 12, yeah. I always do Monday starts, so. Ah, whoops. That was a mistake. 16, 17, and 18. Okay. And then I just go through and highlight across, whoops, for my color codes. This layout honestly has been really helping me out. Just kind of, it's not even like to track what we're doing as far as homeschool stuff. It's more another additional thing for me to kind of see how I'm doing right now. I am not doing well. I'm not doing well. Part of why I wasn't going to film this is I'm just not really doing well. Mental health wise, I'm not having a good time. But, if we don't do stuff on certain weeks, I can tell that I am probably struggling. And, yeah, well, not that I probably am, that I am struggling. So it's kind of a nice thing to look over and see, oh, wait, we really didn't do anything because I really just couldn't get stuff done. Which is fine. It's perfectly fine to have weeks like that. It's just a nice way for me to know where I'm standing and how I feel in general. So this is week 7, and I forget, spiders. That's what it is, spiders. So that's gonna be fun. Ugh, spiders. And then I'll probably draw just like a something spider-like, maybe a web. I'll just do a web. Yeah, that's basically it except for the numbers, which I'm not gonna do right now. And then I move on to my next week. So here we be. There's the weeks, or the week, all done. Took a little longer than I thought it was going to, but that's okay. So anyway, hopefully that was kind of enjoyable. I don't know. Again, this is how I actually plan. This right here, this is how I actually plan. It's just I don't tend to say this stuff out loud. Sometimes I do. I'm not entirely quiet. Sometimes I'm like, wait, what should I do here? Out loud. But anyway, this is how it's chaotic, it is messy, and that's just me and my plans. So anyway, thank you so much for being here. I really, honestly, greatly appreciate it. Leave me some comments in the box. Leave me some comments below. Let me know how you're doing. And if there's anything that I can help you with or whatever. If you have any questions on anything, I am always here. Yeah. So just hit me up in the comments or whatever, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.